Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more Divine Divinity as I shuffle around my chair and try to get comfortable. Alright. So I've actually come across an idea here that I think I'm going to implement from now on. I'm not going to do the heavy exploring stuff on stream anymore, the clearing up fields and trying to explore every nook and cranny. But what I will do is I will quick save every time I go down a particular length, and I'm going to try to not, and that's what I was just also thinking about. Yeah, it's up on the surface still. I don't know if I can leave here without getting damn near murdered. I'm also going to try to not set up any events, and I will walk around them if I find them between quick saves, so we can encounter them together as a group on the streams. There'll just be a blotch, and I'm like, okay, here's one that I found apparently. Let's go see what that is. Basically. Alright. We saved right here. This is fine. Let's see if I can actually run back out of here. Now that I've set off all these traps. Hey, yeah, I can. Okay. That being said... Okay. Ah! Whatever that sound was, you don't need to do that. So if it ends up if down there is too tough to keep going, we can always come back later. Also, I wanted to come up here and grab this really quick. So yeah, setting off all those death traps is not a bad thing as long as I can survive them. And as previously stated, I'm actually done up here. Everything up here I believe is cleared out. It's now the basement we have to worry about. I'll set that there right now since it's safe to do this haul over and over again now. Okay. Yeah, it's time to call it and head back to town. Get another rest in. The other thing too is why I'm putting that teleporter that far back is because it's far enough away that even though it's a pretty straight shot after a couple corners, it should be also far enough away they might lose me if they try chasing. Oh, hi. Like a door or something over here. What's going on with this thing? Why am I seeing something over there that I can't get to? Oh, there's another trap in here that wasn't set off yet. Okay. Oh. I do all this setup and I still get the stupid tab out thing. Sorry, it'll be just a moment. I don't know why when it does that, it gets darker too.
The door's locked. What the hell did that just do?
Holy shit! Okay, managed to survive that. And I need some recharging, so let's leave. Nope. You're going to have to run a long ways to catch up to me now. Teleporting can work now. There we go. Can't sleep. And guess what? I have to wait on myself, go to Mardinius and see if I can drop off any more stuff with him. I'm not entirely sure if time passes while I'm doing bartering. should, because it takes so darn long. Sometimes. Let's see here. Regular potion. Do these big ones. Staff of Destruction? Really? Oh, Death Blow. Huh. Interesting. You might be interested in the pottery I found. And this dagger. Keep the bread. You can have the pot. And this metal ring. I think. No, those boots would actually be too much. Just a moment. Alright, come back to the web browser. Sell those. And let's see. How much over are we? Ooh, a little too much. Let's bring back the boots. Yeah, the greaves or whatever. Anything else cheaper I can put on there? Like something that's 100 or less. Found the eggs. Actually, that necklace might be what we need. Oh, here we go. Moving it out. Bingo. There we go. Just need to sit around and barter for a little while. Okay. Since I don't know what the state of the dungeon is going to be when we get in there, save really quick. Definitely a lot more spread out than what they were previously. Making this a lot easier to attempt. Yep, come on, follow me. There he is. Alright. That basically spent me. Just in case, we'll save, but try to continue to explore. Yep. I need some more healing and capabilities back. I don't want to keep spending up all my potions. They're so highly needed and so valuable so quickly. Yeah, I'm only at... Oh, I'm at 10 of those, 12 of those. Yeah, I still don't want to be using them up so quickly. I've barely got any mana potions. I got only 6 of them. I already need to go back and take a nap. So I'm gonna actually walk this normal walk back and also make sure that there's nothing else around here. I'll run when I get back to town, but yeah, okay. Seems like everything else is safe down here. Cleaned up all the stuff that trailed after me. At least a good majority of it. Talk to Mardanius and see if he has any more stuff he can trade for. Stop buying me out of all my potions! Have you suddenly turned into a booze hound? That's the other thing too. I need to keep saving up for more restorations and stuff. For it's actually got 800 gold this time, so there's enough gold here. Let's see with the stuff I've already got here. It's 1,290. You can afford me. Do we have anything that's worth over 1,000? I'm sure there's something I don't need that's worth over 1,000. Oh, there's 700 if nothing else. Ah, here we go. 1,000 and how much? 200? Yeah, that's pushing it. Somewhere right around the 2,000 area if possible. You know what, let's sell the boots and that trinket here. And the arrow. I completely forgot that I think arrows actually need ammo. Oh, here we go. Anything, I'll come back again. Thank you again, Mardanius. Notice that no matter what time of day it is, my shadow is always aiming towards the northeast. Wonder what that can mean. The sun rises and falls in the same spot in their world. The humanity. Alright. Nothing. Nothing. A lever. What's this?
I wonder what that did.
Well, I'm Sure, we'll find out. Ooh. Yikes. Good with the explosive arrows, asshole. That, or maybe if there's any traps that turned off traps. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things I could have done. Let's see, before anything else hurts me. Or maybe I opened up that door that we couldn't open earlier. And yeah, it seems like I've done everything here. Let's head back and see if that door's open now. It is now unlocked. Monstrosities, horrors of the night, hello. Oh. Okay. At last, a living soul who's finally come to set me free from my prison. Long have I waited for such a moment. You do not look at all healthy. What ails you? A soul would hear my story? Marvelous, though it is a dark tale of betrayal. I was once a mighty magician, my power flowing from the demon blood that ran through my veins. They called me the engineer. During the age of the Renaissance, this abbey was a great place of stored knowledge. That does not sound interesting so far. The monks were fearful that disciples from other orders might sneak into their library and steal their documents. They hired me to construct magical traps and devices to protect their repository of knowledge. I accepted thanks in large part to the large sum of money proposed that I would have paid for my important items I needed in my studies of the magical arts. So what happened next? I spent the entire month in the library, setting up magical traps and defenses of the most devious designs. Throughout the monks watched me carefully. As I finally laid the final traps and completed my work, they struck and imprisoned me in a magical cage and fed upon my life force. I think the monks wanted absolutely no one to get access to their works. Yes, and of course, considering I had laid the traps, they deemed my knowledge dangerous and assigned to imprison me. They were fools. I placed a curse on everything within the abbey, turning the monks therein into undead creatures for their treachery. They will suffer until I have my payment. How can I release you from this torment? My spirit has grown restless over the years. The burning rage for revenge flows through my heart and can only be extinguished if you give me 1,000 gold pieces, the sum promised to me by the monks. Just so happens I have enough money to pay that amount. Your payment has satisfied the burning desire for revenge. The curse will be lifted, and I now await the mists of oblivion to take me to my rest. Farewell, adventurer. That was interesting. I'm 1,000 gold poorer, but thankfully I've been stockpiling gold. And I have the library to myself. Well, that's a happy dancing zombie is what that is. We trust the clerics. Corruption in the name of the gods by the Cecil. I believe Lapis' book cursing the Church of the Seven Gods of hypocrisy and political corruption. The writer ends with a call for religious reformation. Touche on that one. I just realized my phone has not been on for a while. Hope I didn't lose anyone in chat. Do repost if I have lost you by accident. Hopefully it should be loading now. There we go. It does it whenever my phone decides to suddenly just stop streaming. The Lizard Caller and Seer Toldane was the first chronicler to divide the recent history of Revlon in the 4 separate ages of between the 400 and 600 years each. Those ages are the Age of Deception, the Age of the Damned, the Renaissance, and the Age of Chaos. Toldane also predicted that after the Age of Chaos, our present time period, at a time of great troubles, would befall the 7 races. Called this 5th time period the Age of Lies. Is that what I think it is? Coming of the Divine One. The Divine One will be a body of great wisdom for his years. Warlords shall bow before him and offer him their loyalty. I have no doubts that the Janus Ferrell, the son of the Duke, Baron Ferrell, is Divine One incarnate. Since he was 5, he possessed more skills and wits than his comrades of his age. When I am near Janus, my skin burns with anticipation. A divine aura surrounds the boy, and secret voices speak to him. Behold Janus, voice of 7 gods. The absence of the 7 gods. No one knows for certain why the gods left Revlon. We cannot say for sure when they left, but it is thought to have happened over 3,000 years ago. Wise people from all over the country have studied this exodus of the gods, while the priests believe that the gods are still among us and watch over us in unseen, so that they can judge us by our deeds. Some scholars set themselves to the theory that the gods never existed and are nothing more than the phantoms. Welcome to everyday life. No one can decide. Just what does the Church of the 7 Gods do with all the gold donated by common people? Another book to the Church's blacklist of blasphemous writings. The author has a point, though. Ouch!
I can't use that.
The Black Cult, more powerful than the gods? The author writes about a faction of worshippers, powerful demons, instead of the worships powerful demons instead of the gods. Part of the book seems consistent of the dark prophecies describing a final battle between gods and the mortal races against the Lord of Chaos and his demon minions. Saluma predicts the gods will lose. Not necessarily, if such a thing was to happen. Short history of the 7 gods. When the 7 gods were still young, they decided that each of them should have their own race, which they would guide through the eternal flow of time, and thus it happened that Raulik, the most powerful of all the gods, became the patron of the humans. The burly Duna created the dwarves in his own likeness, and even lived with them for a long time in the tunnels deep beneath the earth. Tyrell Syndios, who was also called the poet, went into the woods and created the elves. He blessed them with near immortality, wisdom, and near immortality and wisdom. The reptile goddess Zoroastri's wished to command a proud warrior race, and thus she created the lizard people, fierce fighters from the wastelands. The god Vorgir, renowned for his beauty and acts of violence, created the orcs. Known for his brutality, not his beauty. Known for his brutality and acts of violence, created the orcs and enslaved them for more than 300 years before he left Revlon. Zentez, the goddess of mirth and laughter, wanted an intelligent race, versed in the arts of magic around her. She created the imps, who were talented magicians and engineers. The goddess Amdala was an outsider, preferred to live in complete solitude. As the centuries passed, the six races spread over the whole continent. One day, Amadia fell in love with the wizard, and she gave birth to several demigods. She granted her lover immortality and decided that she would act as the patron mother of the wizards. Although wizards are not really considered a separate race, they now have their own goddess to whom they worship and can call mother. Interesting. That's actually kind of an interesting setup. Catalog of Lost Treasures. A seasoned journeyman must have come across them. Small magic stones formed like pebble but shining with vivid color. Many warrior school weaponsmiths or adventurers seek them because the stones can be fitted into weapons. That's right, I need to learn that ability. I looked it up, I have to learn that ability. Stones can be fitted into weapons and armor that are crafted for this purpose. In an item thus prepared, any trained person can fit a selection of one or more Yulin stones, enhancing the beneficial magic effects greatly. This process is called charming. It is not reversible. I did not spare efforts in my research about the origin of these precious gems, but until the date of writing, my search has been in vain. Of all the possible theories, I retain the most plausible. The Yulin stones were crafted long ago by wizards. The knowledge of this process has been lost. Hence, the stones have to be found, a tiresome and random process, and the lucky person able to find one of them can make a good profit of it. The Yulin stones are mined by dwarves living in their magnificent halls under the mountains in the dark forest. The stones can only be found in the deepest mine shafts, making the process of retrieval very difficult and expensive. A secret sect of merchants imports the stones from exotic countries from far away. To keep the price high, they artificially import only few of these gems. And the most probable theory, we don't know where the stones come from. In many years of my search, I could only lay a hand on several stones, allowing me to make small categorization of them, which I will list here, knowing that it is far from complete. If it were possible to undo the process of charming, it would have come further, but now my conclusions are based on a few experiments I could perform. Yulin stones can be categorized by color and by symbol. I found out that the color of the stone determines the strength of its magic, although it is not strict science. These are the colors ordered from weak magic first to strong magic last. Green, cyan, deep red, and a grayish tone. The peg, if you will, is the strongest. So a cyan and red are the mediums, and the weakest ones are green ones. So you can just pop the green ones in and out all the time, as long as they do an effect you like. These last two hues, I was not able to determine which stones were most powerful. Okay, so the deep red and the gray ones are pretty up there. And the cyan ones are just kind of okay. I also list their prices. 1,200 gold just to find a green one. Between 3,000 and 10,000 for the middle ones, and the extremely powerful ones are between 10,000 and up. The stones of these hues are very rare. I conclude my overview with a description of the events I would discover. As said above, it is the symbol that is the typical for the effect. By no means is this list exhaustive. Or creates heat and fire. I think I can actually identify them, but just in case, I might actually grab this book. Yeah. They've already looked through that. Hey.
Brilliant!
Wizard's Sight.
Yes!
Okay, so I can peek ahead of where I'm trying to go to. Gotcha. So I can peek in like on the other side of doors and stuff instead of risking it and jumping right in.
Oh, it's locked. I don't have a key that fits this lock.
Let's have a thorough look around, shall we? So nothing?
It's locked.
Okay. When all else fails. Nope. Confusing me. The old Abbey in the north of town seems... okay.
I can't use that.
curse has been lifted. There should be no more undead here. And if that's what I think that scroll was, we should be able to light this up now. Excellent. Alright, and I believe that technically this map is actually the map of the entire game? Correct me if I'm wrong? Which means we have several more scrolls to find. Because I believe all the blue dots are different locations where there's teleporters that need scrolls. And most of this game is based around just this one kingdom. Of course, again, I could be wrong, and maybe this is just really barely scratching the surface, and I've been being very pokey at getting through it. I don't know. I've been also told that apparently this game is as long, if not longer, than Oblivion, which, considering how interesting it has been, and how much I enjoyed Oblivion, that should be interesting, but this also could last a couple months yet. All pending. Well, apparently I stopped making any more undead, and I have not actually eliminated them from existing here. Alright. Gosh, it's been a while since we've been out of the panic zone and listened to some of the nice, happier music. It's literally a breath of fresh air to get out of that abbey. I don't think we actually found any more information on where to find the scrolls, but we did find one of them that we needed there, so there's a journey that needed to happen either way. God, I haven't searched this area as much as I'd like to think I have. Although considering the difficulty of the creatures I've been previously facing, these orcs are nothing. Hey, can I get a trade out of you? Oh, awesome. Definitely could use those and those. Let's see here. You want to give me at least 400 for those. Thinking. Sapphire ring. I believe, yeah, that's uneventful. It's been already identified. Anything else? Oh, I have to learn that yet. Let's toss that on there. How much can you give me? Ooh. Well, I'll take that back, and we can resort this. There you go. Oh, you know what? I could have used that teleporter to get to my usual safe town. Oh well. Just happened to think of that. I'll still use my little teleporting triangle. So close to a level. Up to... It says 20, but it's telling me I only got 14. Not saying 20, okay. I think it just keeps the number that I originally had when I first opened it and doesn't change. I have to actually scroll over them to see the real number. Okay. Have I gotten better at my weight distribution? Kind of. Yeah, that should keep me going for a little while. Yeah, next level, and I think that's right. I have the... Oh, I didn't get that identified yet. Dragon, strange amulet, +2 intelligence, +1 to hearing, +1 to identify passive. Ooh. That would come in real handy, actually. That's also worth twice the price of my current amulet. Try and get some of my money back out of him. My money, then some. That'll be fine. Take care. Alright. Alright. I can't get in there yet. I think I have to still do quests in order to get into there. I need to go over here. I should be able to handle this now pretty easily. Let's head on over. I do have the scroll for that one. Excellent. There we go. More teleporters, and actually I can use this right away to go back to Aileroth, the first town again. And let's take a quick break. Let's see if we can sell any of this stuff.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
Show me equipment and show me my inventory. I'm curious. Royal Sword, 46 to 75. 68 to 113. Never mind, this one's going right back in there. Acquired 40 agility and 65 strength. Oh, we're gonna get that pretty quickly, actually. At least the strength part. 40 agility, I might have to spurge for a couple of levels again and just get more agility. It seems like somewhere between every 5 to 10 points of strength and agility I put in, I get an extra point of offense and defense, which I think affects both my damage and my armor overall. Because that's the kind of damage I'm doing right now. I think it also affects my percentile for hitting and dodging. Yeah. You're actually gonna go back in there.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
That should be fine. Let's see what he's got for trade. I can put the rest away. You get outside. He's got some bucks. He's got some healing potions. In fact, let's start collecting some of the big mana potions too. And I can start by selling this amulet, which I don't need anymore. mentioned how expensive going into bow and arrow at the beginning of the game would be by this point. Probably spent thousands just trying to get ammo. I need something that's 1,000 or less if possible. Actually, should be able to sell this. And we have less than 100 leeway right now. Anything for less than $100 we can toss in? Yep, there we go. I think, oh, we can toss in that too. Awesome. Thank you, Mardanius.
I'll have to drop something. I'm carrying too much.
To my basement. To my lair. Humming. Yeah. Adult check. Not sure which one's more expensive, and I'm going to keep the hold of it since I'm not sure. And
Brilliant!
elemental hail. Shower your enemies in searing hail of elemental energy. Cool. Can I actually rest again really quick? Awesome. And actually now my character sheet should be a little more precise. Yep, there it is. Constitution needs to go up. But I'm gonna get strength caught up first. And then Constitution can go up. Alright. Back to the teleporters. To the barracks. Alright. Let's not be too hasty, my friends. A long and winding road and lots of trouble ahead. Hello! To spare gold for my family, I lost everything. To the orcs. Of course, hard times for us all. Here you go. 1,000 thanks. On your way to the castle, you know, the Duke must help us 4 victims and or we'll all starve. Where did you live? Our house is the next village. If you follow the road to the southeast, We were attacked by the green-skinned savages and they burnt everything to the ground. Horrible, if only we could find a way to repay them. Horrible indeed. If you pass through the village, you'll find a hatch inside my house. The secret tunnel leads smack into the center of the nearest orc encampment. I used to do a bit of smuggling in better times. I don't know if it'll be useful to you, but kill a greenskin for me if you have reason enough to draw a weapon down that way. Secret tunnel for orc encampment? That is interesting. Whee! Away he goes. May we never see him again. Actually, I'm gonna make sure on that save. Save game, yeah. Hey there, buddy. Dang it. It's too slow in the draw. I need to be faster than this. I know I can be faster than this. Okay, Chuckles, you think you're so slim? So smooth. Hey, lockpicks. That's not what I told you to do. Died again. Wow, they just don't stop coming. They are thicker than thick down there with orcs. What the hell did you do to piss off so many of them? Hey. Poison indeed. Actually, that brings me back. Weapon has been poisoned. Come on, then. Oh, probably using my weapon, and now you're something you don't want anything to do with me, eh? Oh. That is a load of orcs gone. That's not what I told you to do. I literally clicked once. Why are you adding 2? Wow, that's so... There. Twitchy. Okay. That much is done. Now... There. I can't upgrade that. So that majority of my hit points will be restored every time I have to use it. Except just a portion. I can hold back on that though. It still does a pretty decent amount, all considering for my hit points. Can't do any more wisdom. Can't do any more alchemy. I could do identify. I can do a better poison weapon. Let's see here. More poison charges. Yeah, that'll be an improvement. Unless there's anything else in here other than starting something new. Interesting, but no. Well, that's right. We need enchant weapon. Yeah, we can now enchant our gear when we find stuff. Save again. Feels like it should be leading to something, but I don't see anything. Ooh, hi Snickies. Every snake in the Tri-County area wants you dead. Okay, he's off that way somewhere. Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be so important up here other than fighting more snakes. Well, I'm gonna leave that be because I'm not sure that might be a quest area or something. What we do need to do here, though, is we need to find this town. Unusual that soldiers over here with so many orcs in this area. Oh. Okay. Ooh, that was glitchy. Didn't lose much, thankfully. Yeah, this went down. Am I walking past it right now? Yes, I am. Somewhere in here.
I'm not able to use that.
Saw somebody in a fancy purple robe just a moment ago. Where did they run off to? There you are. Greetings, soldier. Name's Captain Midtox. I am in charge of the garrison of this village. What's left of it, that is. General Alex made me to deliver this sealed note to you, Captain. Thank you, soldier. Whoever you are, you look fresh, and you must be a good fighter to win through to us. Before you report back to General Alex, I want you to undergo a mission for me. I'm not one of your damn soldiers, I'm a freebooting mercenary. Still, tell me more of this mission and I'll see what I can do for you. The orcs are maintaining siege as long as they have access to plenty of supplies. I want you to ambush their supply train and destroy it with some explosives. Don't worry, they're not magical. There's some chemical concoction made by the alchemists. Just follow the instructions on the packaging. Where can I find this supply train? Marking the spot on my scouts have spotted the supply train on your map. I'll see to it I'll do my best, Captain. Here are the explosives. Good luck. Oh, and one more thing. Freebooter, I know that I'm asking a lot from you, an unpaid mercenary, but maybe this scroll could be useful to you. There's an activation scroll for the human teleporters. Thank you. I already have a scroll for the human teleporters. Very well. I could use some better equipment, Captain. Right, did the General not provide you with it? Okay, quickest solution for you is to going around the tent camp and if you can take what you need. Where is the tent camp? Go straight west from here. It's not far. Very well. No, she supplied me with some stuff, but they didn't have much. So being able to borrow from you is also just as handy. Wherever I go. Wherever I treat my guests, they always like my kitchen best. I'm willing to wager that that place where that guy said he had a thief hole is in this town somewhere, because a lot of these buildings seem to be burnt out and useless to the soldiers. What's the latest news? How can one hear news and the bastards have me on guard duty most of the time? Thanks for your time, soldier. The bloke they say that is working for General Alex unofficially like. Good luck, mate. It's about time you civilians got a bit of this war. Uh-oh. He started talking to me again. Don't know why. You don't have, like, anything in this place, as far as I can tell. Well, you people stop trying to talk to me while I'm just trying to pass through. This is why I hate too many NPCs being around. Saber of Fire Tongues. Fire damage 3. Not that useful to me as far as I'm aware, but it should be handy to sell.
Yes.
Hey. Awesome. Alright. You guys still haven't found a way into this building yet? Well, for pity's sake, here, let me have a look. Is there really no way in there? Oh, hi. My bread now. You can't have it back. I collect all the pots. Ooh, chicken. Bread, vegetables, and more bread. Anyone else in here that requires the services of a warrior? I heard those orcish voices, but I don't see where they came from. Barrels, nope, okay. Holding down the, oh, while I'm walking around. I thought this might have been the place where I'm looking for the secret door, but apparently not. Alright. Okay. I'm getting a message, which means that I think something's happened. Probably with food or something to that effect. Let me finish looking around in here first. Yeah, I'm pushing the right button. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. I'm gonna have to quit this pretty soon. Which is just as well, since I think we found what we're looking for, which is that hatch there. And a well-crafted broom. Because apparently selling tools and other makeshift things equals I make the monies. So anyways, that's going to have to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. We got some work done today on this. We finally finished at least one mission and started another one. And we're about to start going into yet another mission before we do that. So, thank you all again for watching. I hope you continue to enjoy. Don't forget to keep spreading the word. Do not also forget to either follow or subscribe, depending upon where you are watching this show right now as you're hearing my voice. And I will see you all next time for some more Divine Divinity. However, since this is Friday, we're taking a day off. Tomorrow will hopefully be one of the tabletop games, and if everyone is available tonight, we'll also be continuing some more Star Wars: The Old Republic. That's it for now, and thank you all for watching. See you next time.